So hi, I'm just covering a video on naturalization if your child is older than 14 years. So if you have a child, once you become citizen, they automatically become citizen as well. However, if they're 14 years and older, they're gonna have to come in. Yeah, you're gonna have to apply online for the using the N-600 form for them to do their biometrics, and I believe that form, it costs $600. It costs us $600 to do it. The price may vary, but it's about 500, 600. And I was a little bit annoyed because after applying and paying money for citizenship, I have to end up paying for a child who is already a citizen, but just to get a certificate. And the certificate is relevant because you need it, he's gonna need it saying soon for college. If he doesn't have it and just have a, if he doesn't have it, then he probably gonna be charged to say that he's a foreign student and not a citizen. And you know the price range drastically for foreign students versus a citizen or a local of a country, right? For college. So like I said, I had to pay about $500 or $600. Use the N600, which you find on uscis, right? You actually fill out the form online. You submit, you pay about $500, $600, and then you wait. I applied around November when I got through with citizenship, and I heard he turned 16 years old in February, and I heard from them shortly after that to come in and do his biometrics. After his biometrics, which they take his pictures, his fingerprints, I kept checking online to see if there was anything outstanding. There was nothing. I didn't get any letter to say anything outstanding. So I know it was just a matter of time before they call. No, they don't have the child do interview. They don't have the child do test. It's just oath of allegiance. They have them coming in and do. So shortly after, they called him, which was just the other day we heard. Yeah, a couple months. It took a while. I'm surprised that it took longer than when I applied, because when I applied and put my papers, I thought it would be quicker. It was about 3.5 months when between putting my papers in for citizenship and being called and got through with the whole process. It was about 3.5. And I was surprised that he's already a citizen, but for some reason it took way longer. It took about triple, almost 9 months, November, almost 7, 8 months. Yeah, it took before he was able to do his oath and get his certificate. And like I said, that certificate is for college. You need it. And usually when you check online, they said that certificate, you'd get through the process at least within 2 years. So those who are waiting, or anybody in the process of doing it, you normally get through within 2 years. So if you know your kid is about 16, 15, you're going to need it by the time they're 18, 19 for college. So it's best you put your documents in or apply as soon as possible so they may get it in time. Because if they're saying the process can take up to 2 years, then you need to give yourself ample time by the time the child reach college age, right? So yes, so just
Thank you.
I'm happy that we got that sorted out, and I was proactive in getting it done, and I think you should be proactive too, because sometimes you just want to blink twice, and before you know, your kid is like growing, and time flies. So yeah, we got that out the way. And like I said, I didn't say any information on it, but it's best you get your naturalization certificate before you apply for a passport, because if you don't, it's gonna be a lot of rigmarole. Like I said, I went through it because I went ahead thinking my naturalization certificate was enough to get him his passport, and I had the dad sent in a letter, only to realize that they actually wanted his naturalization certificate. But we're going on a trip and the certificate wasn't ready as yet, but we needed the passport to go on this trip. And I paid money, and they were saying the remaining of the fee is due by a certain time, and if we don't pay it, then I might have to cancel and lose. But luckily, the passport came through in time. After I recall, I had the dad letter, although the individual at the post office told me that we don't need that letter because he's 16 and he can apply for his passport on his own. I remember I had the letter from dad that gave us permission to apply for this passport, and it was this letter that I sent in to the passport office, who kept writing me letters to say, hey, give me some more information to prove that, you're the parent. So it was when I sent this letter in that I remember that I had from December. I sent in like somewhere around April, right? May and April, yeah, just before it expired 6 months. So it's when I sent it back now, sent the letter after doing affidavit, all kind of stuff they asked. And it was just, they're telling me I need to show proof, send back in Jamaica, my country, to show proof that I'm the legal custodian for the child. I was like, I'm not going to do that. Might as well I lose the money. They can send me back my documents. But and by this, I send birth paper, my passport, the passport that I came upon, which is my Jamaican passport to show proof, his green card, everything we sent it, and they keep on sending back writing letter to say they need more information. But it was that letter that saved us, and we finally got through, and I got the passport in time. And just since we got the naturalization, which he had to go, pledge, do his oath, and everything is good for the most part. So basically,